Hey, Mike, what do Kelly Slater and PT have in common?
I don't know. They're both world champs?
Nope, they both own Endless Summer box set.
Oh my God, rad. You guys, you can get it too. The link's in the show notes.
What do you see in your reflection? A kid just having fun and sold his body for depression.
Hey everybody, this is Mike here. I got Erik, Smelly of NOFX with us again.
Hello again.
How are you, Erik?
I'm doing very well. How about yourself?
Good.
You're a sexy motherfucker.
Thank you.
If I
Not many say that.
If I wasn't straight and if I wasn't married, you'd be all over my balls. Oh, wait, I'd be all over yours. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's better that way, I think. All right.
Curveball right off the bat.
There you go. NOFX is wrapping up.
40 fucking years, man. We're wrapping it up.
Right.
That's it, man. We're on our last hurrah.
What are your thoughts on that? Are you stoked or bummed?
It's cool playing these big ass shows because we're fucking retiring.
Yes.
But I want to still do it. It's who I am. It's like, imagine this. Imagine you can't surf anymore.
Yeah.
One day, all of a sudden, you're like, you know, the water says no.
Yeah.
You know, or like, Mike wants to call it because he's tired. You know, we've been doing it for 40 years. And, and you got to respect it.
Yeah, of course.
You know, and,
of course.
And it hurts. It's hard. It's weird. But at some point, we have to end.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, this can't go on forever. So it's really bitter and then sweet. But I'm not bitter about it. It's just, I feel like I'm losing a big part of me.
Yeah. Something that's been with you almost your whole life.
Dude, I've been playing music since I was about 14, you know? And so that's 43 years.
Yeah. That's so long.
Yeah.
Are you going to play music?
No.
Doing something else?
No. I mean,
another band?
There's the been there, done that kind of attitude, you know, and we got to a really, really good level. And I remember back in the days, like when you're like loading in your own equipment into a small club in front of 13 fucking people and all that stuff.
Yeah,
you know, like it's the been there, done that attitude. You know, I mean, if somebody like The Offspring or Rise Against needs a drummer, somebody that's already established and somebody in a band that's in the wheelhouse that I could play, sure.
Okay.
But I'm not going to go out and...
You're not hunting?
No, I'm not hunting, and I'm not going to go out and start a band or anything like that. You know, it's just NOFX is what I do.
So I'm a huge fan of NOFX.
Thank you.
That's why
you're
That's
sexy.
why I'm here. Thank you.
That's why you're a sexy motherfucker. That's right. You want us backstage passes?
So anybody I like,
you can earn
I'm
it.
sexy to them, huh? That's good. You guys are on top. Do you feel like you're on top?
Yeah, I kind of do.
Yeah.
I kind of do. Like you know, we just played. Did you go to the San Diego show?
I did not.
Why not?
I had to go to a wedding. I was
Fuck,
so
dude.
But we're going to go up to San Francisco, I was going to tell you.
Yeah, I'll hook it up. Don't worry about it.
Cool.
Yeah. San Diego. There was 10,000 people. The shows have been going
Dude,
good.
I was so bummed.
Yeah. I feel like, you know, there's us, there's Bad Religion, there's Rancid, you know, and there's Dropkick Murphys, and then I think it's about it.
Yeah.
You know, and I guess it's better to go out on top than to go out like, you know, like just hanging on to like what little you have left.
Yes.
You know, but
I feel like NOFX is bigger than ever. And the fan base is getting bigger. Plus you're holding on to who you've already had.
I kind of feel the same way too. But you know what's weird is there feels like there's a punk rock resurgence of the older bands. There really does.
Okay.
Like, you know how there's always things come and go. Like skateboarding died out and surfing died out, but now it's really big. And skateboarding got really big, and you know, 80s fucking music, and you know, it feels like there's a resurgence of the punk stuff. There really does.
Okay. So there's that, but you guys are done.
Yeah, we're
What
done.
about music? You gonna keep maybe doing albums and stuff?
Yeah, that's what we're gonna
Just the touring's done.
Yeah, touring's done. We're gonna continue to play. Like Mike is always writing music, and he's always wants to record.
Yeah.
So yes, we're still gonna do that. It's the touring aspect of things.
Yeah. So you had COVID off. Obviously you missed it touring then.
Yeah, that was weird when COVID fucking hit.
Yeah.
It's like overnight. Like,
Done.
Am I ever gonna do this again?
Yeah.
I wasn't emotionally or financially ready for retirement.
Yeah.
You know, and I think COVID had something to do with Mike's decision to wanting to wrap it up.
Okay.
Because he was like, whoa, I just really enjoyed hanging out.
Yeah. Okay. I can see that.
You know, he was like, I really enjoyed just like, you know, not having. That's the one thing about when you're in a band is you always have a time crunch. Oh, I got to leave in 3 weeks. Got to leave in 2 weeks. Got to leave in 8 days. You know, there's always a date. You know, so I think Mike realized that there could be more to his life than just touring. Mm-hmm. You know, but you still got to fucking make a living.
You got to make a living. Also, it sounds like you're going to miss going overseas or however you guys travel.
I'm going to miss it all. I'm going to miss playing the shows. I'm going to miss getting on an airplane. I'm going to miss being grumpy in the morning when I got to wake up at 5 in the morning. Well, you know, like there's a lot of times on tour when you get back to the hotel at 2 in the morning.
Yes.
And then you got a fucking 7 a.m. flight to go to the next city or whatever it is, and you get an hour and a half, 2 hours of sleep.
Wow.
You know, I'm going to miss it all.
Yeah.
There's really and hanging out with the guys, and there's a lot to it.
But my point I wanted to make too is now this opens up the door for you to really, I don't know, for sure shape boards, right?
Absolutely, I'm good.
So you're going to have a different outlet.
I fucking love the shaping, man.
Okay.
Like when we get done with this, I got to shape 2 boards today.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shaped one last night. You're doing a delivery for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So does that feel good? You have something to do?
Yes.
You're not going to be sitting around twiddling your thumbs.
No, it feels good. I mean, it feels good at least to have an outlet.
Yes.
You know, it's like, I know a lot of people, not that I've experienced this, but I've heard a lot of people, like when they retire and they don't have anything, it gets real fucking depressing.
Because I had a question to that question.
Yeah. So, I mean, at least I have surfing, I have motorcycles, I have shaping.
Yeah.
You know?
What about the other guys in the bands? What are their plans? Do you know?
I mean, Mike is always doing something.
Okay, so Mike's busy.
Mike, I have no fucking clue. I mean, he has so many balls up in the air, like he's juggling so much shit. Hefe is really into acting.
Yeah, I saw him. Wasn't he a Sons? No,
He's in
the
Mayans. Like he's a regular on the Mayans.
Oh, that's so rad.
Yeah,
I like the Mayans.
Yeah, Hefe's always had a pretty active life outside of NOFX.
Okay.
Melvin's just Melvin. He just cruises.
Okay.
You know, Melvin's like I don't know, just a cool, you know, like, what was it, Goofy from Disney? You know, the dog's like, hoo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
Yep.
That's Mel.
Yeah.
He just cruises.
Okay. So he'll be fine? Everyone's going to be fine?
I mean, you know, yeah, what's fine? We're not going to fucking,
Yeah.
we're not going to, you know, we're going to be okay.
You guys going to have like a barbecue once a year or something to get together?
That's weird. I've thought about that. I've actually thought about like, okay, we're done, right? Like, you know, we've had the same crew for fucking almost 30 years.
Yeah.
Or longer.
Yeah.
We've had the same band for 40 years. Like, because we all get along really well.
Yeah. It's like your family.
Yeah. But what is it going to be like 2 years after or 6 months after? Like, what will our relationship stay like? I've actually thought about that.
Yeah. So you're going to have to do something to keep in touch. Because you can grow apart really quickly, I think.
Absolutely. Yeah. I got best friends that I was friends with like 10 years ago that were like every day hanging out, and then I haven't talked to them for a couple of years. You know, like everybody just kind of goes their ways at times.
Yeah. And then when you do, is it weird or is it cool? You guys start off where you left off?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Right on. Okay, so shaping. So do you have bigger plans for shaping? Are you just trying to do more and more boards? Like, what's your
Just
plans?
more and more boards. You know, like I like just the custom. I mean, yeah, I don't have any bigger plans like by marketing overseas and becoming the next fucking this or that. You know, that market's you know, it's done.
Okay.
You know, there's so many fucking shapers.
There's so many.
Like there's the fucking wall. You know, you go into any fucking store, you're going to see the Americs, the Pizels, the fucking Lost. You know, I'm just a local shaper guy. Like last year, I went to Australia for
That's
a
what
week.
I want to talk to you about that too.
That was an experience. Like I'd like to in the future, like go to the East Coast. Like I've talked to other factories, go to the East Coast, and shape for get 15, 20 orders and go out there and shape for a week.
Yep.
Go to France. I have an opportunity to go to France and shape.
Oh yeah, you got to go.
Right. So there's that kind of stuff. It's not about making money, because that really doesn't make any money. The traveling and the putting it out. It's just about doing it. There's no money in the surfboards, really.
Yeah, there can't be.
No.
The market's saturated.
Yeah, and you make $150, a couple $100 a board. And
Right.
But the time, the driving around, like if I go to the East Coast and make 20 boards, it's going to cost me $800 in airfare, and and if I go for a week, it's going to cost me $800 in hotel.
Yeah, yeah. But so you're doing it for the passion, the love of it.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you have anything else going on besides?
Well,
You have any other plans?
We got Picklestix, the Picklestix merch. I'm gonna.
How's that doing?
It goes pretty well.
Selling them at the shows is a great idea.
Yeah, selling them at the shows. That's what I'm going to kind of try and focus on.
The branding.
Yeah, I'm not going to try and get in any fucking stores or anything like that, but just do something. There's a built-in clientele. Not everybody surfs, but everybody wears a shirt.
Of course.
Yeah. And so I'm going to just try and focus a little harder on that coming up. Get some good merch, get some momentum behind that.
All tied in with
the boards.
Surfing.
Right, all tied in with surfing, all tied in with the boards. And the last thing I want to do is just be like another surfboard company, like where they have the same kind of logos, the same kind of placement.
Yeah, that's not you.
No, I like kind of weird shit. I like science fiction shit. I like fucking creature from the... tie in more of just kind of make it unique. A surfboard's a surfboard, but make everything else around it just kind of unique.
Well, the cool thing about that is, in my opinion, the surf industry is sold out. Mm-hmm. Billabong is not owned by the original Billabong people. Or Quicksilver, they're all owned by the conglomerate, one company. We need surfers to represent surfing.
Yeah, and there's a lot of us out there. There's I'm talking, through the Instagrams, a lot of little local shapers all around the country. Some dudes in the Pacific Northwest.
Yes.
I started talking to this sounds kind of weird, but this little 13-year-old girl in New Jersey that's shaping.
Wow, that's amazing.
Angry Thumb surfboards.
Oh, right.
She's shaping boards. I'm actually talking with her dad.
Right.
But, she actually put up a post, or he put up a post, her shaping to a NoFX song, and someone linked me to it. And
that's so rad.
So then I hit them up, oh, no way. And they didn't know so there is a lot of local artisan shapers all over the place.
Okay.
You know that. Yeah, I mean, you know that.
Yeah, yeah.
Like you go to Oceanside, there's so many fucking good shapers.
Yeah, there's big names and there's Joe down the street.
And Joe down the street can make just as good, or if not better, of a board.
Sometimes in your local area that you want to go to that guy.
Yeah.
Your boards work. I have one of your boards. I love it.
Thanks.
So it works phenomenal.
Dude, I make boards for the average dude. I am average at best.
Right.
You know, average at best. If you can't fucking paddle it and you can't get in the wave at your speed, you're gonna. If you can't catch the wave, you can't surf.
Right.
You know, I'm not.
100%.
I've made a ton of little potato chips for like rippers, and I've made some for some local pros. Yeah. They work. Actually, they say they work well, but my bread and butter is for the average guy.
Right. 95% of the surfers are the average guy. They all need
99.999
probably,
and 98% of those guys are on boards that are too small or underfoamed or too much rocker. You know, like if you can't paddle it, you can't get into the wave.
So we just surfed cliffs. I think you could have had a talk with half those people in there and helped them out. You know what I'm saying? Like there were some people struggling out there.
Yeah. I mean,
they didn't have the right equipment.
Well, the fucking waves suck too.
The waves did suck, 100%.
You know, but that's like when I tell everybody, like most, you know, I've shaped a lot of boards for local guys, and they're like, "Here, this is what I'm riding." I'm like, "Dude, it's 2.25, and you're 2.25 thick, and you're 195 pounds,
right?
You know, and it's 19 and a half wide. It's
Ain't Kelly."
No.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, like market, like you see McFanning, or you see these guys and people automatically go, "That's the board I want." It rips. You know, when you're in good, clean, powerful waves, it's easier on it.
Yeah, but they're still not McFanning or Kelly.
No, exactly. Yeah. But
they think they are. They want it.
Right. Like you go to a reef, you know, we're surfing Huntington's shitty fucking beach break. You want to fucking...
Got to get into it.
You got to get into it.
Yeah. I'm glad about Picklestix. Keep that going.
Thank you, bud.
And then, so talk about shaping it overseas.
That was fucking rad.
Okay, so how'd that happen?
This is a trippy little weird Instagram story. Okay, I don't know, a couple years ago, 2-3 years ago, this guy named Wayne, randomly hit me up. He's like, "Hey, dude, just love your music, you know, just that kind of shit. He's like, I'm a sander and I work at this place called the Board Lab.
Okay, cool.
He goes, you know, we do all the Merricks for Australia. We do all Sharp Eye. We do, you know, just named off like a bunch of like high end. Showed me a video of their factory, and it was just fucking insane. I've never seen anything like it.
Wow.
And he's like, you know, if you're ever out here and if you need a bay, it's yours.
Cool.
So I kind of, you know, became friends with the guy via the internet. Super nice guy. So we, a year ago or something like that, got an Australia tour coming up.
Yep.
I'm like, fuck it, let me get some fucking orders and I'll stay.
Yeah.
So I put the word out, and I got, I don't know, I wanted to do 20 boards, but then at 15 I started getting a little overwhelmed because I didn't know what the factory really offered. I didn't like, you know, people wanted paint jobs, they wanted custom this and custom that, and so I cut it off at 15 boards. But anyways, I got it all going, and when the tour ended, the tour actually ended where the factory is.
Okay.
So I just stayed at my friend's house and shaped for a week, and it was right at fucking Snapper Rock.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was right at Snapper, like right in that area.
Okay.
In Coolangatta, Cooley. And it was just a fucking great experience.
Did you have time to surf or no?
Not once.
You were just working your ass off.
Yep, because I wanted to surf. Actually, I was staying in Byron.
Okay.
And it's about a 35-minute drive to Coolangatta, I guess. To change my airplane tickets were bought.
Yes.
And to change my airplane tickets to stay 5 days of shaping and then 2 days of surfing was like fucking like $2,500 or something. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Or just to stay the 5 days, it was like $800.
Okay.
So it just didn't make financial sense to stay. I wanted to surf, but I shaped from 8 in the morning to 6 at night every day.
Exhausted after probably.
Fuck, I was so tired, but it was such a cool experience. I'm definitely going to do it again.
So did you meet any of the guys you shaped boards for?
A couple of them, yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, I did. I actually got a video. There's a kid named Alessandro. He's a fucking Brazilian dude. Surfs really well.
Okay.
Really good. He sent me some videos of him surfing.
Is that the one you post on Instagram?
Yeah, like the drones following him and shit. He surfs really good.
Yeah, he surfs real well.
Yeah, he came and we shaped the board together.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and, you know, I did that with a couple guys.
Yeah.
You know, like, you know, come on and hang out. Some of the guys weren't from the area, like they had to get their board shipped to them.
Okay.
But it was just a fucking phenomenal experience, and I can't thank the Board Lab and Wayne enough.
Yeah. So did NoFX open up that door for you, or did they know about you just from shaping?
It was, well, it's funny you say that. I mean, I think most of them were, you know, through NoFX.
Yes,
you know, like surfers in the area that know NoFX, you shaping. Oh, I want to get a board.
Right.
I think 2 of them didn't know of NoFX.
That's right, too.
But they heard or something, and if I remember correctly, 2 of them.
Yeah.
Oh, there was one time a couple years ago, and I made a custom board for some dude.
Yeah.
And then when it came to delivery time, I met him at Cliff's.
Okay.
Here you go, dude. I'd only talked to him on the phone.
Yes.
He's like, "Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh, he didn't know.
What the fuck? You're the drummer from NoFX?"
Oh,
he
that's
had no
funny.
fucking clue. He
Oh,
just
that's
heard
hilarious.
through the grapevine that there's a local guy shaping good boards.
Yeah. That's rad.
Yeah. That made me feel really
There's
good.
a good. Yeah, I was gonna say that's a different story, but that's a just as cool story.
Yeah, that was cool. I like it when, I mean, yes, people are going to buy the boards just because I'm in NoFX, but I like it when people don't know that and just buy the boards because they're actually getting it from word of mouth.
So, recently you've shown some of your boards on Instagram, like the lightning bolt one, and so which ones are your favorite to shape? Are they all different? Because it's a different bag.
Yeah, I'm doing everything.
Yeah, you are.
Like today, I'm doing a longboard with chined rails, kind of like, you know how Stewarts have those chined rails?
Kind of, yes.
Yeah, they have the angled rail.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm going to say my favorite boards to shape are fish. I really love doing swallowtails.
Okay.
Something about like taking a square piece of foam. This sounds kind of weird. Just taking a square piece of foam, cutting it into, and then within 3 minutes, making it around like soft, sexy curves from a square piece of foam.
Okay. So there's a joy there.
Yeah, something about making those swallowtails. But to be honest, like, I mean, if people don't know this, there's a guy on a parachute with a fucking VW engine behind him hovering overhead. I enjoy shaping. You know, I'm going to take that back. I enjoy shaping fucking everything.
Yeah.
Like today, I got to do the longboard, and then I also got to do a 4'5" little grom board.
Okay.
Last night, I did a fucking traditional fish. It's just kind of everything.
Do you want to focus on one kind of shape, or you'd like it the whole bag?
I like the whole bag.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the whole bag. I really do.
Why? Does it make you think?
Because everything, there's a different challenge on each one.
Okay.
You know, and there's a different mindset on each one. Like, you get a fucking shortboard, little fucking ripper guy, like, you know, the rails, the rocker, the tail rocker, all this shit. Like a glider, let's say a glider fish, like an 8-6 fish. You know, parallel lines, you know, fin placement, moving them up, you know, to loosen it. Like, every single one has this different personality.
Before you jump in the bay to shape that, how are you getting the design basics? Are you just from knowledge?
From knowledge, and then...
Did you ever go online and like...
Yeah, for sure. Like,
look up?
Like if someone says, like, hey, I want... let's go back to like the long, you know, the long gliders.
Yeah,
you know,
that
they're just
sounds
like,
like a good board.
huge stretched out fish.
Yeah.
You know?
That sounds like a fun board.
You know what I'm talking about? Like,
Yeah.
like, I mean...
100%.
Yeah. Like, I'll go and study them, you know. I'll go study them, and then I'll look at blanks. Like, I got the blank catalog, and I'll look at the rockers, and I'll read what, you know, like Pat Rawson has to say about this blank. This blank is good for longboards. This blank is good for, you know.
Yeah.
And I'll figure out what blank, and then I'll build the board in my head looking at that.
Wow.
Does that make sense? Like,
It does totally make sense.
I learned that from like talking to other really good local shapers. It's like, you know, a lot of blanks have a really good natural rocker built into it, and you might have to tweak the tail rocker, tweak the nose. Like, you know, you can get an idea of what you want out of a blank.
What about doing like stock? Are you gonna ever do stock boards and like have them in a shop somewhere? Maybe
I've had a few like in Caton, and then
okay, cool.
And then what's that fucking big surf shop in Solana Beach?
Is it Surf Ride?
Yeah, Surf Ride.
Oh, really?
I was talking to them. They wanted to get like, I don't know, 9 or 10 boards, but it was just more, you know, yeah, I would like to, but if it's a consignment shit, kind of sucks.
Yeah, you got to hold the money.
Yeah, I'm holding the money. You know, if each board costs me X amount of money, and then they sit there for 9 months or 6 months or 3
you're
months,
losing your ass.
and then if they don't sell, then I got to, and then if they get dinged up, you know, which they will.
Of course.
You know?
People are gonna be touching them.
Right. You know, if a shop wants to buy a couple outright at a very good price, hint, 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 I'd be happy to put them in there.
Yeah.
But the consignment thing's kind of weird. Plus, me driving down there to drop it off, like any kind of profit that I would make, like, you know.
Gas time.
Yeah.
From your perspective, how is the surf industry? Is it strong?
It's very similar to the fucking music industry.
Is it? How so?
How so is... Music industry is huge. Like, music is huge.
Yes.
Surfing is, you know, it's a big thing. It's an international thing.
Yeah.
But when you get behind the door, it's fucking small.
Yeah.
Everybody knows everybody. There's not a whole lot of... There's a lot of similarities between, like, the factories and the business aspect of it. And there's just so few people behind the scenes of such a big thing. Like, in the music world... You know, there's thousands of bands. There's bands on tour, but everybody knows everybody. The crews, and it's really small. It almost seems like in the music world, there's 75 of the same crew working for every single band, and it seems like it's the same in the surfboard industry.
Wow. Yeah.
It's very, very, very small behind closed doors.
You're kind of let into the surf industry because you're surfed and you shape.
Yeah.
So was it hard, or did NoFX help, being Erik from NoFX?
I did not come in with that, like, hey, this is who I am. No. Because it's just not my style. You know, it's not my style. And then when people found out, they're like, what the fuck? Really?
Yeah.
You know, like, I just came in like, you know, I started shaping 15 years ago.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'd go into a glass shop and I'd go, here, glass this, you know, whatever. And then you know, people...
Someone recognized one person.
And then blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And so, like, we played that San Diego show, and I had all the guys from Aloha Glassing come on down.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, like, they'd never seen us play. And it was like, they were on stage, and, you know, 10,000 people. You know, they're like, what the fuck? Like, you're just a fucking jackass that brings a couple boards in now and again.
Yeah, that's rad.
Yeah.
Because you live two different lives almost.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah, I do.
Now, going back to NoFX, are you going to miss that aspect of 10,000 people in front of you, 20,000 people in front of you?
I will miss playing live. I don't really give a shit about the accolades, like the rock star mentality or ego. Like I do not. I am not at all into any of this for, like, to be cool guy.
Yep.
I'll just miss playing, and I'll miss hanging out with the boys and the travel. And I'll miss playing the show. It's not like who I'm playing in front of.
Okay.
It's the actual playing, whether it's 30 people or 30,000 people.
Yeah, but
it's just sitting on the stage and playing.
So from an outside perspective, can't even relate to what you've seen and done. But if you guys are all on the same length and you guys are having a killer show and the crowd's totally into it, like there's got to be a high to that.
No, there's a rush.
Yeah.
For sure there's a rush. But on the flip side of that, if we're not on the same page and like we're a band that you know, there's a lot of bands that like they play the same songs every night, they say the same things every night. It's almost like routine. Right. It is routine.
Yes.
For us, like one show might be the fucking best show you've ever seen, and then the next show could be like the worst show. Like 2 of the 4 guys are way too drunk to play.
Yeah, okay.
You know, whatever it is. I will miss the good shows. I definitely won't miss sitting up there going like, oh my fucking God, this sucks. You know, it's just so embarrassing. Like, you know, having everybody go look at each other going like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah. That could be rough.
Yeah, it fucking sucks.
But, you know,
I take a lot of pride in playing. You
we
know?
surfed cliffs today and it was pretty shitty.
Yeah.
Right, we got wet.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
we had a good time.
Yeah. I would figure it would be still a good time.
Yeah.
It's not, you're not getting barreled.
No, God, I can't even remember the last time I got barreled, to be honest with you.
Yeah. But, I mean, so you have this crowd in front of you, and they're into you. So, the rush would be like, to me, I would compare it to like getting barreled or having a really good surf session.
There is, like, you know, when you catch that one wave in the surf session, and then you get out of the water, and that feeling just does not leave you for the day.
Yes.
It just doesn't leave you like, oh my God, because it doesn't happen that often, like that magic wave, that magic moment, everything's yours.
Yep.
Somebody people you don't even know are hooting you in.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah.
So,
I totally get that.
Yeah, that's very similar. But imagine going out like and just having the absolute worst kook fest. Like every time you get to your feet, you fucking dig a rail or hand slips off. Or,
that's horrible.
Or you can't even catch anything because
you're embarrassed after.
Right.
You're like,
that's the same.
down.
That's the same feeling of a shitty show. You know? Like,
you don't want no one to recognize you.
No.
Get the hell out.
No. Yeah. Like I was in Hawaii and I was surfing, you know, camis.
Okay.
And you know, it's you know, sunset was firing. I don't want nothing to do with sunset.
Nope.
Camis is on the other side of the bay.
Yeah.
And it was big, you know, but it was, you know, it's manageable, but it was big. And I was sitting on the shoulder, like, okay. Went for a couple, missed, but whatever, no big deal. Finally, I'm in the right place. And a local guy's like, go, brother, go, this yours, go, brother. Like, these fucking local guys hooting me in.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. And I paddled, and the last thing I wanted to do was miss the wave, and I paddled too fucking deep, too far in.
Oh, shit.
And just got fucking pitched.
Yeah. Oh.
And it was just like, fuck, man. It finally comes to me.
Yeah.
Everyone's fucking yelling, you know, so it's pretty fucking humiliating to do that or to play a shitty show.
Yep, I get it. Okay. Let's go back to your family life. Now that the touring's gone and you don't have to go anywhere, what is your family feeling? Your kids are older now, right?
Yeah, my kids are older. They're on their 20s.
Your wife might be stoked. Right? Now you guys can travel.
It's yes and no because, you know, my wife works full time.
Yeah.
And, you know, we live in Southern California. It's expensive. It puts a lot of financial load on her.
Okay.
You know, like we're playing punk rock. We make good money, but we only make good money when we play. If we have a year off or 6 months off, I'm not making anything.
Yeah.
So it evens out to where I'm making a decent living, but not a great living. And if I'm not making any living, you know, there's no retirement package in punk rock. There's no severance. There's no this. There's no that. So it puts a big load on my wife. And she's even said, like, I'm stressed. Okay. You know, we have a nice house and big overhead and 3 fucking kids and 2 of them are in university and you know, so it's stressful for her and it's stressful for me to put that whole load on her.
Okay. You got to make the surfboard. There's room there.
There is room there, you know, and I'm actually going to focus on it. I'm actually going to,
awesome.
You know, I mean, yes, the surfboards, but you know how surfboards are. Like 1 month I'll have 4 orders. The next month I'll have fucking 27 orders. It's not like how it was in COVID. COVID was going fucking bonkers. Yeah. You know, the whole industry.
Free money for people.
Yeah, it was free money and free time. So I can't really count on, you know, plus there's not a whole lot of markup selling a board for $600 a pop when it cost me $450 to make.
Right.
You know.
But anybody out there, I would order a board from Erik. They work.
Thank you very much.
They work.
Thank you very much.
Dude. So rad chatting with you. Anything else going to go on in your life in the next, what do you see the next 5 years? What do you see you doing? Same as you're doing now?
Same as I'm doing. Just cruising, you know, like, I mean, just doing what I do. Like, I have my passions. I have surfing. I have this. I have that. You know, snowboarding. Some aspects, like, we opened up this interview with, like, am I going to miss it? Yes, I am going to miss the touring.
Yeah.
But also, on some aspects, I am happy that it's opening up my life to explore what I want to do without having that timeline in front of me at all times.
That's good.
You know?
What about, like, drum lessons or anything like that?
I've actually thought about that. You know?
You can do a lot.
I could do drum lessons, but I could only teach one beat. I only know, honestly, I've never taken one. I gave lessons once to a kid. I've done it a few times.
Okay.
But one time to this kid, he's like, hey, dude, you're a really good drummer. Why don't you come on over and give me lessons? I was like, okay, cool. You know, whatever. Cool. I got there. The motherfucker ended up giving me lessons. He was so much better than me. He thought because I was an established drummer and known for whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, sorry, dude, there's nothing I can do. And I was pretty embarrassed.
That's rad. So that's a interesting thing.
Yeah. So, you know, it's if you're a beginner, I can give you drum lessons. If you know how to fucking play, don't even bother.
Right on. All right, Eric, thank you for doing the Quivercast.
Yeah,
bud.
Super
fun.
My pleasure.
All right, everybody. This is Mike and Smelly, and we're out of here.
All right, adios.
Later.
I don't wanna go to sleep at night. I wanna stay upside down and try to songwrite right. I don't care if it gets wrong with the blue and white. Help me compose my most fucked songs. When I'm with no effects or having bonded sex, I seem to function. When I'm alone, it's just self-destruction. It was 6 a.m. I was watching Horace and Pete. It made me heal, crush a pill, and do a line. And slug a Johnny Walker neat. The sun was coming up, so I bought another gram in Birmingham. I needed some rest, but that show really depressed me. It's a good thing that that city has online delivery. When I wake up on a dungeon floor and every scene before, I must have been sedated. I'm sure that I have a smile on my face, even though I was most likely violated. Cause when the drugs work right, you can't remember the previous night. You probably made some really bad decisions. Cause if they weren't bad, the drugs must have been. And you're at home, laying on your couch, probably depressed. Cause you're watching Horace and Pete taking an Advil and drinking Pellegrino neat. What's the point of doing more when the drugs don't work no more? That's when I realized that while scraping the floor in Birmingham, why'd I need to score when the drugs don't work no more? That's when I realized what I am in Birmingham. I don't like doing drugs. I just like doing more. Then it's time for a dram and another gram in Birmingham. I wake up happy, not depressed. After just 8 hours rest. Then it started again the very next night in Nottingham.
Hey, you guys, Endless Summer box set. This thing is legit. It's authentic, numbered certificate in it. It has a 5-frame film strip from the original print. You literally own a piece of history. It has a specially minted bronze medallion. Dude, that thing's sick. Okay, there's so much more here. Go to the show notes. There's a link on there. Go check this piece of history out. This thing's rad. Seriously. Smithsonian American History Museum has it. It took 4 years of research with 3.5 in production, all hand assembled. This thing's rad. So much to this awesome box set. Remastered DVD, sharper images than the original film, but dude, this thing's so sick. Link in the show notes.